Welcome back, horror enthusiasts. Tonight, we bring you an extra special episode, combining three of the most chilling true horror stories ever recorded. We'll delve into the terrifying events of the Enfield poltergeist, the haunting legend of the Bell Witch, and the ghostly encounters at the Myrtles plantation. Prepare yourself for a journey through some of the darkest and most mysterious paranormal cases in history. Let's dive in. In 1977, the quiet suburb of Enfield, North London, became the epicenter of one of the most famous poltergeist cases in history. The Hodgson family, consisting of single mother Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children, began experiencing strange occurrences in their home. It started with furniture moving on its own and knocking sounds coming from the walls. The activity soon escalated. 11-year-old Janet Hodgson was seemingly the focus of the disturbances. She was often thrown from her bed, and witnesses claimed to see her levitating. The family sought help, and paranormal investigators Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair from the Society for Psychical Research, SPR, took on the case. Grosse and Playfair documented numerous instances of paranormal activity, including unexplained voices, moving objects, and physical attacks. One of the most chilling aspects was the deep, guttural voice that spoke through Janet, claiming to be the spirit of a man named Bill Wilkins, who had died in the house years earlier. Skeptics suggested the phenomena were exaggerated or the result of pranks by the children. However, many witnesses, including police officers, journalists, and neighbors, testified to experiencing the events firsthand. The case remains controversial, but for the Hodgson family, the terror they experienced was very real. If you enjoyed this story and want to dive deeper into the Enfield poltergeist story, I highly recommend checking out paranormal investigator Guy Lyon Playfair's book, This House is Haunted. It's a detailed account of the events and investigations that took place, and you can find it on Amazon. The link is in the description below. Additionally, there is a mini-series titled The Enfield Haunting, 2015, that dramatizes these events. The Bell Witch haunting is one of America's most infamous ghost stories, dating back to the early 19th century in Adams, Tennessee. The Bell family, led by John Bell, lived on a farm where they began to experience disturbing occurrences in 1817. It started with strange animal sightings and eerie noises around their property. Soon, the disturbances moved inside the house. The family heard knocking on the walls, scratching noises, and chains dragging across the floors. Betsy Bell, the youngest daughter, became the primary target. She was slapped, pinched, and even had her hair pulled by an invisible force. The entity identified itself as Kate Batts, which, claiming to be the spirit of a local woman who had a grudge against John Bell. The witch's voice was often heard taunting the family and their visitors. One famous visitor was General Andrew Jackson, who later became the President of the United States. Jackson's account of experiencing the witch's wrath added credibility to the story. John Bell's health deteriorated, and in 1820, he died under mysterious circumstances. The Bell Witch took credit for his death, claiming she had poisoned him. The haunting continued for some time before gradually subsiding. The Bell Witch legend persists, with many believing the spirit still haunts the area to this day. For those intrigued by the Bell Witch haunting, there are several books and movies you might enjoy. The Bell Witch, An American Haunting by Brent Monahan, and The Bell Witch, the full account by Pat Fitzhugh, offer comprehensive looks at this terrifying legend. There is also the movie An American Haunting, 2005, which dramatizes the events surrounding the Bell Witch. The Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana, is often cited as one of the most haunted houses in America. Built in 1796 by General David Bradford, the plantation has a long and storied history, marked by numerous tragedies and deaths. One of the most famous ghost stories associated with the Myrtles involves a slave named Chloe. According to legend, Chloe was a house servant who was caught eavesdropping on the family. As punishment, her ear was cut off, and she wore a green turban to hide the scar. Seeking revenge, Chloe baked a poison cake that killed 2 of the plantation owner's daughters. Chloe was reportedly hanged by her fellow slaves, and her spirit is said to haunt the plantation. Visitors and staff have reported seeing a woman in a green turban, hearing children's laughter, and experiencing other paranormal activities. Another well-known ghost is William Winter, an attorney who lived at the Myrtles in the 1800s. He was shot on the porch and staggered inside, dying on the 17th step of the staircase. Many claim to hear his footsteps echoing through the house, reenacting his final moments. The Myrtles Plantation continues to operate as a bed and breakfast, attracting guests from around the world who are intrigued by its haunted reputation and eager to experience the paranormal for themselves. If the story of the Myrtles Plantation piqued your interest, you can explore more in The Myrtles Plantation, the true story of America's most haunted house by Francis Kermane. There is also a documentary titled The Myrtles Plantation, a documentary, 2018, that delves into the history and hauntings of this infamous location. And that concludes our journey through these 3 spine-chilling true horror stories. The Enfield Poltergeist, the Bell Witch, and the Myrtles Plantation are tales that continue to baffle and terrify to this day. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the eerie and unsettling nature of these events. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support helps us bring more creepy content to life. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts and any personal experiences you might have had with the paranormal. Leave a comment below and let's get the conversation started. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.